Next photo, yeah, you can see the assassin, pale-faced assassin in the background. He just smashed the Croxagore and didn't get any attacks back, so he's doing well in that particular combat. This is a very bad photo you're looking at here, but it's what's happened is the Carnosaur's been removed. He's put the Saurus Lord on foot here, and I took this photo too hastily, so it's all mixed up. But this Cold One Knight against the Lord, and they broke him, he fled, they over pursued, and that's the enemy general on the Carnosaur taken out. So sigh of relief to the Dark Elves, and that's mission accomplished there. But they overrun into this, as you can see in the next photo, they overrun into this Stegodon here, and they're setting themselves up for a flank from the big unit of Lizardmen cold ones over here, so that's going to be dangerous. But of course, they've taken out more than their points worth from that Old Blood general, so hats off to them. Next turn, the engine of the guard Stegodon has charged through the repeater crossbowmen, and they didn't run away fast enough, and they got crushed. And now they're now the Stegodon's right in front of the Cold One Knights. Now, Lizardman Magic Phase, he fires off his totally broken spell, which does like D6 strength 4 hits, which ignores saves on everybody within 2d6 inches. And it pretty much, and along with a lightning bolt from his Skink Priest, wiped out the entire unit of Cold One Knights, which were planning on charging him next turn. So, man, totally very powerful Stegodon there. Very dangerous indeed. I wouldn't have a clue what to do against it as Tomb Kings, but unfortunately this Dark Elf player has been crushed by it, losing his whole unit of Cold One Knights. Next picture, here you can see the other Cold One Knights in combat with the Stegodon, and you've got the Lizardmen charging from the flank. The Cold One Knights attacked the Stegodon, reduced it to a single wound, and then pretty much got bashed by everything else, just totally stomped over, and everything just took out the rest of the Dark Elves on the Cold Ones, and that was it for them. Next picture, the Dark Riders over the far side here being charged by the Skink hero on the Pterodon. Can't really remember what happened there, but I don't remember the Dark Elves doing very well. The Lord survived, and I think the Dark Riders were destroyed eventually. Next picture, Lizardmen turn 3, I think it is, and the Salamander moves through, and as you can see, this is me holding the template just to show you what happened. The Dark Riders got burnt up, and so did the Witch Elves, and he took a number of casualties from them. So that's a nice little breathy flaming attack. Assassin is totally got rid of all of the skinks there, just butchered them and ran past. So he's out in the open, but he's going to have an opportunity. I think this happened during the Lizardman turns. He'll have an opportunity to charge later on. We'll see how that goes. Next picture. What happens here? I can't quite remember. Nothing really much to say about this picture. Just gives you a better look of the battlefield during, I think, Lizardman turn 3. But I'm just going to skip to the next picture because there's not too much to say about this one. All right, over here. So the assassin has charged the whatchamacallits. The assassin's charged the Stegodon. The Lizardmen Cold Ones have fled from, I think it's the Witch Elves. Yeah, the Witch Elves were just in range. It was 10 inches. It was just in range, and Witch Elves charged. The Cold Ones fled. Dark Riders are still hanging out. We've also got the Spearmen in the background. The Pterodon's still fighting with the Dark Riders or something. Dark Riders down to like 2 guys. Cauldron of Blood's still on the fire. So Assassin does everything he can to take out that last wound from the Stegodon, but fails miserably, and Stegodon attacks him back and kills him. So Assassin was pretty cool, but not cool enough. Next picture. This is pretty much just a follow-up picture. The Dark Elf Spearman unit in the background has moved around to prepare themselves for the Skink unit, and the level 4 Sorcerer has marched away around the back and is getting in position to cast some magic. And the Dark Riders in the foreground have just moved around a little bit. So I think we're in Dark Elf turn 3 here. Going to switch to the next photo where you can see... What can you see? Oh yeah, Pterodon Riders in the background flying over to try and throw some javelins at the Supreme Sorceress on foot. And the Spearmen have actually run back here. I think they've fled from the Crocs or whatever it is charging them. They've moved back for some reason. Just going to switch straight to the next photo. The Witch Elves have reformed, ready to face the massive Stegodon about to stampede them. So we'll see how that goes shortly, but they're going to be severely thrashed by magic and so forth if they're not careful. Next picture, what happens here? The Dark Riders move in the way of the Stegodon with 1 wound left, and they're sort of just there to protect the Spearman unit from being double charged by these other 2 units here. Next photo, the Sorceress blasts this unit with blade wind and just trashes a whole bunch of skinks. That's pretty much all I can say about that picture, so well done from the sorceress, finally getting some magic accomplished. Over here, the big Steg charges the Witch Elves, trashes most of them, doesn't really take much damage back. They break, they lose all their standards, the Battle Standard Bearer flees through the forest. In the meantime, the skinks with the croc scores and the other Stegodon have charged the Dark Riders in the background. Next photo, the Battle Standard Bearer has fled into the forest, and the ancient Stegodon has just followed through, and the Witch Elves with the Cauldron are just running away out of its 45-degree charge arc just to avoid it. Next picture, the Steg, not the Steg, the Stegs charged the Steg charges the Spearmen, who have managed to get around and actually attack it frontally. I think they got charged in the flank and then they held and they moved back around thanks to their big static rares, and are now fighting back against the Steg. And the Salamander is trying to breathe flames at the Sorceress, but didn't quite take it out. I think I might have reduced it to 1 wound, so that gets victory points for it. But that's all the Steg was, so the Salamander was able to do. So next photo, you got the Sorceress coming through to try and get some Blade Wind. I think she cast Doombolt or something on this unit of Lizardmen, which failed their test, their stupidity test, by the way, so they couldn't charge the Battle Standard Bearer. The Battle Standard Bearers rallied, ran out of the way. Doombolt from the Sorceress took out off a wound from the Battle Standard Bearer in the Lizardmen unit, but that was about it. And the Spearmen beat the Stegodon in combat, but didn't kill it and didn't chase it away. And that is the end of the game. Wow, great game. Really enjoyed it. Some two players, much more experienced at Warhammer than me, so it was really a real joy to watch them. And apparently the Lizardmen won by a couple of 100 victory points. So well done to the Lizards. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one.